Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. I don't know if you saw, not long ago, we had a mystery card challenge. You're one in a melon. This was our mystery card challenge. It was little fun folds. And right after I finished this one, like immediately after, I made the matching, I don't know what that is. Is it a bag or a box? It's a pouch. It's for these Sour Jacks candies. So I got these individual packets of Sour Jacks, and this little bag pouch holds one pack of these and coordinates with this card from last week. Maybe 2 weeks ago by the time I post this. I'll link to it. All right, so let's get started with our fun little treat pouch. Let me show you. So it's got a little Velcro closure, and treat slides right in. And to make this little bag, the base is Granny Apple Green, and it is 9.5 by 7. And then the closer, this is Granny Apple Green also. And this is the largest stitched nested labels die. So we just cut one of those. Let's grab our Simply Score tool and score up. All right, so we're gonna start out on the 9.5 inch side, and we're gonna score at 3 1/4, 4 1/2, 7 3/4, and 9. And we're gonna rotate 90 degrees to the right and score at 1 1/4. That's our little bag. Now we also want to score this little flap too. So we're going to pop that in and score at 1 1/2. So we got the point against the left side, and we're just going to score down at 1 1/2. I'm going to work all these creases with a bone folder. All right, so we've done worked all of our scores. Let's cut away the excess. Now, as usual, there's a printable project sheet for this project, and the template will be on the project sheet. I know some people, like me, like to see where you're gonna cut away. So we're gonna start with this tab on the right-hand side. That's our glue tab. We're gonna go ahead and cut a little angle, and then angle, remove that very little rectangle, and then we're gonna angle for our glue tab. Then we're going to take a cut out up to the first score line. And for the outside we'll go mostly straight, but for the inside we'll do a angle and just debulk our score line. So a little bit straighter, a little bit more angled. And just taking out this score line here helps us to get smoother corners. All right, so that's our bag. Let's get some adhesive on this bag. Got some tear and tape adhesive. We're gonna put down the glue tab side of the box. And then we're gonna fold in, not at the glue tab, but at the second score, and then at the first score. And we're gonna adhere those together. See that? This largest panel is our back panel, and that's where we're going to adhere our flap. Our front panel gets the adhesive on the bottom. So that's our front panel. And we can go ahead, peel that, fold in the sides, back to the front and front to the back, square it all up. Use your bone folder to burnish that down. And then we're gonna pinch and make kind of a gusset for our bag. Cute, right? Now let's do a little embossing. I have a white piece. This is 5.5 by 3. And we've got our little flap. We're gonna emboss both of those with the Argyle 3D embossing folder. So let me grab a Big Shot and we'll emboss those. you're using your big shot, you need a platform and a blue embossing plate. We're just gonna pop those guys one at a time in the argyle, make sure it's nice and straight, and give it some texture. Get that gorgeous impression. Isn't that cool? And then on the flap, and we're all done. Make sure we got the front of our bag here. We're gonna go ahead and adhere the argyle to the front of the bag. We're just gonna center that. Got designer series paper here. This is Magenta Madness from the 2020-2022 in color designer series paper stack. This is 5 by 2.5. And we're gonna go ahead and adhere that one also to the front of our pouch, centered in the argyle piece. Now for the flap of our bag, we're going to go with a strong adhesive. You can use your Seal Plus here, or tear and tape. I like tear and tape for videos, especially because then you can see kind of how I arrange the adhesive. It goes below the score line, but all the way down to the end. You'll center that on the back of the bag. So I just pinch the little gusset and then center below the score line, right to left. And before I burnish it down, I'm really just kind of picking it up at this point because I want to make sure that my flap is covering my designer series paper on the front. It is, so I'm going to burnish that down. Now I have some fastener dots here. Picked them up at the Dollar Tree. And we're going to take these little Velcro dots. We're going to fold it in half so that the soft adheres to the crunchy. And see, so there's your little Velcro closure. And then we're going to cut the pear away from the packaging. One of them was a little close to its neighbor. But you're going to adhere your Velcro as a lined up pear. So when you got it lined up nice and even, then you'll peel the release and adhere to your label, and then secure your bag and burnish. Now you've got your Velcro closure, and it'll line up every time. Let's get our treat in the pouch. Just pop that guy in there. Close it up. Now it's time to do some stamping. Let me bring that in there for you so you can see. We're going to stamp our watermelons. The watermelons are from the Cute Fruit stamp set. I love this stamp set. I have not been able to hardly put it down since I got it. I'm going to grab Magenta Madness, Memento Tuxedo Black, and a Scrapple Whisper White. Don't forget your Stampin' Pierce mat. Cute Fruit is a photopolymer stamp set. You'll get the most solid impression if you work on top of a Stampin' Pierce mat. I've got the little watermelon slice. This watermelon slice can double as an orange, a lime, a lemon, or maybe even a kiwi with a little bit of creativity. We'll see if I can make it a kiwi. I've got a project in mind. We're going to do the rind with Granny Apple Green. Slide that guy to the side. I've already done some die cutting here. I've got a basic black scallop circle and a Whisper White stitched circle. The stitched is 1 7/8 inch from the stitched shape. The scallop is 1 15/16 from the layering circles. Let's take the Memento Tuxedo Black, your 1 in a melon, and we're gonna stamp it to the left of center a little bit. So cute. Now one more bit of stamping. I've already done it here because I made the sample, but this pattern is from the Parcels and Petals stamp set. We're gonna stamp this background pattern using Magenta Madness on Magenta Madness. All right, let me clear away the ink pads. I'm gonna take my basic black Stampin' Right marker and just color in the seeds on these watermelons, and then I'm gonna cut them out. All right, little guys have their seeds all filled in. Do a quick fussy cut. All right, there's our watermelons. Got the small bloom punch here. Let's punch a little bloom with some nice funky pattern on it. Got a sprig punch here and a scrap of Granny Apple Green. I'm just gonna punch the top 3 leaves for those guys. Let's give our flower some shape. I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat and take your pick tool. Just use the putty end of the take your pick tool and press. Now I got a cute little cup shape flower. All right, let's go ahead and adhere some of our bits here. Your 1 in a melon gets layered onto the basic black tag. Let's make this a tag. We're gonna cut a little 1/8 inch hole at the top. Got some black and white baker's twine. We're gonna thread through, tie a loopy bow. We'll trim the tails. We need some dimensionals for the back of this tag. Gonna add a few and pop it right onto our flap. It's to the left and top of center. One of my watermelons is going to go on the little multi-purpose liquid glue right to the tag. And the other one is going to go on with some dimensionals. Layered right over our other watermelon. Don't cover your greeting. Multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of my flower. Now I'm going to add the little leaves to the project here. So we got these little sprigs, and we want one to come kind of down from the hole and fill some of that white space. And then this other one is going to go out from the hole and fill some of that white space. And our flower goes right on over them. So cute, isn't it? One final little touch. You're gonna love these. This is the iridescent pearls. These are gonna be available August 4th in the holiday catalog. They're just a really cool accent for this magenta and Granny Apple Green project. They reflect some purples and pinks and greens, and we're just gonna pop that right in the center of our flower, but don't crush it. We want to keep that shape. There it is. There's your 1 in a melon treat pouch. If you've got questions about the project, or if you've got questions about coffee and a mystery card, we do that twice a month in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. You can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com, and to pick up the cute fruit stamp set or the Parcels and Petals stamp set, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.